Sonny, Joey, 500. Got some goats in the building. Get ready for a shakedown.
Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. His fly was fly. Joey and 500. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown. Here comes the shakedown.
Let's go.
You're by doing Cake Dig back here. Welcome to another Philly Shakedown podcast with me and Joey Shake. I forgot our names.
I feel like something bad was going to come out.
I just totally forgot our names. I was like, who the hell are we again? I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
What is going on, man? How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm just waiting now. We got one more preseason game left. We got another week, and then we're going to be waiting for the regular season to come by. So,
absolutely.
Good to go.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. I am ready. What is going on, everybody? How you doing? Big D's here. Logan Motorsports, RP Stewart, Leonard, William, Bleeding Kelly Green, Donnie, Texan Eagles, Skid Marks is here, and Joe, what's going on? Fiero Boy. Let's see who else. Steve is here. Jay Wheels, Willis, Bob's Burger. Oh, Cruisin 26 says turn off that. Dude, I know Cruisin has our theme song on his playlist, dude. No doubt about it.
Right.
Great Riff is here. What is going on, everybody? How you guys doing today? Hope each and every one of you guys are having a great day. I got the Colts Bears game on, and they had old Steichen as coach, and you got old Gardner Stinkshoe out there. But I don't know if I feel like I kind of miss him after what I've seen from Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, it's interesting. Brian Johnson had some interesting things to say, but we could have a different outing going to this last preseason game and how they treat it with Marcus Mariota. Maybe he won't even play. Maybe we're going to see now since the other quarterback is going to be facing I would say the third string. We're facing the third stringers. Now we'll probably be facing the backups, maybe, to see if maybe it's fool's gold. Maybe we're seeing too much. Well, I forget what's his name. I keep forgetting his damn name. What's his name? The quarterback. What's his name? I just had a brain fart.
McKee.
I think will be playing I think he's going to be playing the second string maybe next week. Mariota needs work anyway. So
here's the thing. I don't think Mariota's playing.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the Eagles practice today, all the reps went to Hurts and Mariota. That's a telltale sign that they're going to get all their work in this week at practice, and the other guys are going to go on the game day. That's what I think is going to happen. So it is what it is,
We'll see. I don't know. I don't feel good right now. I do not feel good.
I gotta think they'll figure it out. And
he got picked off again. He got picked off again at training camp today. Again.
Wait, it's just that he's inaccurate. It's not because some people are like, well, he's got second string, third string guys he's playing around, but he's missing open guys, and there's no pressure, and he's sitting in the pocket. I think it's mental. There was I don't know if you remember, back in the 90s, there was a college basketball player. Some of the people may remember. And he went, I think it was 40-something shots at the free throw line. He couldn't hit a shot. And he was a great free throw shooter, but it got in his head, and he could not hit a free throw. And I forget the guy's name. That's what I think is going on with Mariota. I think it's totally up. I totally think it's mental up in his head,
No, I believe it. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I mean, I feel like you have good coaching around you. You have Jalen Hurts around you. I mean, maybe it's like I said, like in the last shakedown, like I said, maybe it's like they have to ease him in with some run plays or not make him a full pocket passer and put all the pressure on him that way. I feel like you need to design some runs with him, kind of mix it up a little bit, and then kind of get him comfortable because I don't think he's comfortable. And every time he messes up, he's got that Carson stink face on every time, and he looks like he's mentally out of it. After he makes a bad play. So.
Right. Cruising, thank you for the super chat. He goes, DJ will throw all over your overrated defense. With what? With what? You think them college drafted receivers are going to do anything? All you have is Waller. I do not sweat the Giants. I think the Giants, I think they still stink. Get ready for another sweep, my friend. Paul Fetter, thank you for the super chat. He says Dan Sileo hates the Eagles. He just likes messing with you guys, is what I think. But thank you for super chat. And Paul Fetter again with the super chat. He goes, I like Sidney Brown and Blankenship at safe. He called him Blankenship at safety. I actually like that combination too. I mean, we'll see where it heads into the regular season, but Sidney Brown had first team. He split some first team reps today as safety, so he's clearly moved up the depth chart. The question is will he start? Because I also think Kevon Wallace has played pretty good as well.
Yeah, I think even Kevon Wallace made some good stops beginning of the game and stuff like that. I mean, they're flip flopping guys around still, and they don't want to see who could be backups. I mean, I think Sidney Brown is. There's a good chance here that he could be the starting safety. I mean, I know Justin Evans was splitting some first team reps as well.
Did too,
and that's another guy that's never really had a healthy season since 2017 as a second round pick. And he's got a big chance to do some good things. And he's another guy that can play nickel too. He's played nickel in the past as well. He's another hybrid safety that can move around a little bit. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Rock Darter says, I knew Greedy wasn't going to make no noise. Greedy's gone. I brought up last week in one of my videos that he could get cut, and people were like, "He ain't getting cut." But he got cut. He got cut early. But I thought you had to kind of cut him because those young guys are playing too good, man. There's too much talent there to let one of those guys out the door. So I think they made the good call with that. The other cut that happened today was the Legatron, or as I call him, Ankletron, because he stunk too. And to me, Sipos is now your starting punter. But I just do not feel good with the punting situation at all. I mean, I think it's going to be a real problem.
I don't feel good with the whole special teams in general because I don't even know. I mean, Covey's still out. I mean, he'll be back by the regular season, but he's missing valuable time right now. Like, who is your punt return specialist? Who is your kick return specialist right now? They were putting McPherson at kick return, Trey Sermon on kick return, like the most random bodies like that I know are going to have any type of skill or the speed to really be successful. Like, I don't get what they're doing. I don't.
Yeah. I don't know. Paul Davis super chat. He goes, WTF at wide receiver 3. Well, you got Quez, he's hurt, and then Oz got hurt, but I think he's back at practice. So I think Oz is back at practice, and if Quez can't go week 1, which is still 2 weeks away, I gotta think it's Oz at this point.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, but there's no sure thing right there. I mean, do you feel that comfortable with where we are at the wide receiver number 3 spot?
I feel as if Quez doesn't play, or if something happened to Quez, I would probably feel comfortable with Oz starting because he is a pure slot receiver, and he was in a real crappy offense with the Falcons last year. With his best year was last year, over 500 yards, 2 touchdowns. So I mean, I'd be good with Oz, but I think after that, I really don't know who is your number 5.
Right.
So.
Beauty is her name. Says, I don't think Mariota really wants to be an Eagle. I'm not sure he's playing so poorly. Only management really knows what's going on with him. I mean, they only know they're there all day. But I mean, he doesn't come off the type of person to me that like would sign and be like miserable because he already signed with the Eagles or he's stuck here for 1 year. Even if he didn't want to be here, I think he would make the best of it. But I do think it's mental because if you look at the way, like the way he kind of looks and his demeanor when he has a bad throw, you can tell it's like it just looks in his head to me. I think he's, I think it's in his head.
It's a Carson Wentz complex, literally. Like when you mess up a play and then it's on his face and then it oozes into the offense. I feel like it brings the offense down because once McKee got in there, it was like boom. And like I don't even care if it's against second, third, fourth, whatever stringers. I mean, you saw there was just more of a vibe there with McKee back there. So I don't know.
I mean, I've seen Mariota with Tennessee be a lot better than what he is. I'm not saying he's the greatest quarterback since sliced bread. I'm not saying that. But my gosh, I mean, he's got to be able to make some of those throws. I know he can do it. I just think it's mental with him. Steve says, I agree Philly Mariota is mentally impaired. That's what I think. I mean, I do. It worries me. But I'll tell you what, the punter worries me more than anything because Sippo stinks. He stinks.
He's
Why not bring in Arizo? I don't understand what the problem is.
But
he was cleared.
I don't know
any wrongdoing.
No, I mean, I don't know why I don't know why this is so hard. Like, this was a signing. Sippo signed what after the 21 season, like right at the end of the season he signed, and then they really didn't give him any competition, like at all. Like, our best special teamer right now is Jake Elliott. Like, that's how bad it is right now.
Can he punt? I'm thinking of bringing Randall Cunningham out of retirement, dude. Because I know Randall can punt. Dave says, are you guys more excited for the offense or defense? Oh man, that's a tough one because in one way, you know, having the same offensive guys out there, Devontae Smith another year, you know, Jalen Hurts another year, that great offensive line. I really think, and with DeAndre Swift, I think the offense is going to be next level. I really do. But at the same time, man, Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith, like those young guys, even it could be like I'm very excited about those guys. So it's very, very hard for me to tell you which one.
I would say probably defense because there's more mystery to it with the new defensive coordinator. Kind of excited to see how he uses some of these guys. And Sean Desai's defense looks pretty good, man. I mean, you even mentioned like even for the last preseason game, like we've seen more creativity with the blitzing and like that we've seen all, you know, that we didn't see all season last year. So it's more exciting with the new guys in and you know, Jalen Carter, obviously he was in coverage today. They put him on the outside at second team. He started with first team. He's going to be starting next to Jordan Davis this year, so it's going to happen. Yeah,
it will. Paul Fetter, favorite super chat. He goes, accused R-word punter in for a workout. They need to bring him in for a workout. I don't want to say that word on stream, or you know I'll get boom. But I mean, they need to bring him. He was cleared of all wrongdoings. So and it was proven he wasn't involved. So I mean, I don't know why not. Or, I mean, and if not him, is there not another punter out there that you could bring in?
Anybody.
I know. I mean, he met with the Jets. The only thing is maybe he gained like 70 or 80 pounds or something. And like he can't punt because he might pull a hamstring. His stomach is in the way. His leg won't go high enough. I don't know. Joe says defense because look, Josh Sills, right? He goes to court. He's found not guilty, right away. He's back with the Eagles
and playing pretty good.
And he's back. You know, he was cleared. He was back. So the kid has been cleared. You know, it's not like, from my understanding, it was proven through video and stuff that he wasn't involved. So it's not like, you know, there's still questions. You know, I don't know. Joe says, defense for me, I expect offense to be elite again, but the defense is going to be the best we've seen in years around here. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I just stuttered because I read Mr. Potato said double stutter, and then so I started stuttering. Thank you, buddy. Robert says, is Howie still sniffing around for a safety? Terrell Edmonds looks like he's running with shit in his pants. Sidney Brown needs time to develop. Oh, that's funny.
I mean, Edmonds is totally not the top choice right now. They even try moving him in the box a little bit because I don't know. I don't think he's one of the top choices.
Guy, dude. No. I think if you don't start Sidney Brown, you got to start Kevon Wallace. It's got to be one of those two guys.
Yeah.
Unless you go out and make a trade. Now, I will say this: we got C.J. Gardner-Johnson, I believe, August 30th of last year. So we got him late. It still could happen when these teams try to cut down to a 53-man roster. That's a time where you can make a move and try to get one of these guys. You know.
True.
Philly says, dude was cleared. I thought you were innocent, proven guilty. Eagles don't want to have anything. Are the NFL in that matter to do with him? I mean, I guess. I mean, he did go meet with the Jets, right? Didn't he work off the Jets?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So I don't know. It's hard to know. Ariza must not have left any DNA behind. Well, not only that. No, I don't think it was that. It was the video or the night in question that there was video of it, of people there, and he wasn't there. I think that's what it was. So he wasn't actually there. And then I
Right.
think, I'm not sure, but I think the person might even admit he wasn't there. But I'm not sure. I just know that they cleared him. Robert says it's Howie's nightmare, and we are all living in it. I don't know about that. Let's see. Deborah Johnson says Howie is never done. No,
True.
I mean, obviously Howie's not done. No. Ref Taco says we drafted a guy in a worse situation, Jalen Carter. The girls said they lied about Ariza's part in the situation. Sign him. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought they admitted to him. So it could happen. But even if it's not him, okay, let's say it's not him. There's still got to be other punters they can bring in off the streets that can
Somebody.
compete, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be somebody from the Canadian Football League, or maybe you could get somebody in England or something. I don't know. Those English people could kick the hell out of the ball. Even if they don't have toes, they can kick. I saw a guy with no toe, English guy, swear he could kick the ball 90 yards. Seriously, he was like, he came over for like school, for like college. He was here, and he was like, "Oh, hello, chap," and he had no toes. And he could kick. I'm telling you, he had no toes. He had stuck his foot in a lawnmower as a kid, and they chopped all his toes off. And he had no toes, but he could kick the hell out of the ball.
The Replacements. That's what I was thinking about. That movie, The Replacements, with the kicker.
I never saw it. Paul Fetter, thank you for the super chat. He goes, C.J. Gardner-Johnson blew some huge run tackles. And nobody's perfect. He led the league in interceptions, though, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, Dave that says we lost 5 of our top 6 tacklers this offseason. Who will lead the team in tackles? Yeah, I mean, I think you're going to get a guy. I'm going to be honest. I think a lot of people are crushing Nakobe Dean, and I think Nakobe Dean's going to be good. And I think Nakobe Dean, you know, because even like yesterday, or the game the other day, people were complaining about him. Oh, he was out of position, or he did this wrong, or he did that wrong. I'm like, man, when he had to step up and make a play, he made a play. So let's give him a chance. You know, if you could get, in my opinion, the way I look at it, like to replace Hargrave, that's where I feel like you've got to find a way to replace. That's the guy. The linebackers, I'm sorry, okay, you know, TJ Edwards, I like him. He's all right. But
Kaiser
what's
White.
his face? Kaiser White was non-existent the second half of the year, right? CJ Gardner-Johnson, you're going to have to replace him and Hargrave. Those are the two big ones. I think if Jalen Carter, with the combination of Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, I think they can replace him. Combined statistics.
Well, they let those linebackers go for a reason. They could have re-signed Edwards if they really wanted. They could have brought Kaiser White back on a 1-year deal. They let those guys go, knowing they had Nakobe Dean going into this year. But it was usage of the linebackers too, and how they were used. But you know, you're putting your players in a position to fail, and that's what Sean Desai is not doing. I've liked how Sean Desai has used his defense this year and the players in it. You know, like I said, specifically, he's not like has a first, second, third team, but he's giving everybody a fair opportunity. He's not playing favorites. You know, and I think that's the competition with him. Competition specifically has been a big thing with Sean Desai with this defense, and knowing the strengths and weaknesses of your players. This way, you're not putting them in a failed, you're putting them in a failed position on the field, and set up to fail. And that's what he's not doing. So, I'd like what he's been doing.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I mean, I honestly think we'll be fine. I really do. Like,
can't be worse.
I don't know. Yeah, Skip Mark says Dempsey had the longest field goal for 88 yards, and he only had a pinky toe. Really? I didn't know that. No, I didn't remember that. Dude, you would think with just the pinky toe, which is absolutely disgusting. I got to tell you, I think having no toes may be more attractive than having toes, to be honest with you. because toes are disgusting. Feet are generally disgusting. They're just deformed hands, really. If you look at it, the big toes, the thumb is out of place. You know,
Okay.
just saying. Witch King says people love complaining about absolutely no reason. I agree. Trev says Hargrave won't be missed. I don't think so too. I think we'll replace him. Paul Feder David Super Chat, he goes, how much cash you putting on Jalen Carter defensive? I was thinking, and I haven't seen what the odds are, but I was probably thinking like $100 to $200, something like that. But it really depends what the odds are, you know. But I think he's going to win it. You know,
he's getting so much praise from all of his teammates, like just what he's done in camp to the couple snaps that we've seen. I mean, the praise is it's off the charts, and the coverage, he was in coverage today, and I mean, he's all over the place, and it's just nuts, dude. Like, I can't wait.
He's ready to go. Linda says Hargrave wasn't good at stopping the run. That's true. And what team doesn't lose players and coaches every year? The key, did you do everything a team should do to be successful this year? No, I agree. I mean, I don't know like how else you could replace Hargrave the way that they did. I mean, you replaced him with the best possible player in the draft, possibly. I mean, we talked about this before. Did you see that Bijan Robinson run, by the way?
Nice. Yeah. Slipping through like little jump cuts, and it's crazy, man.
He's gonna be good. But there were two guys that we said we would take over him. And that was one of them was Jalen Carter. So the Eagles got the right player, and the kid's ready to go. I mean, I see a monster year coming for him. You know,
true.
House Nelson says, "I'm a member of Dingbat Nation. Thanks, Go Cowboys." Yes, you are, and thank you so much. Appreciate it. Hey, listen, you know, Reed Blankenship's had a lot of interceptions in camp. Let's see if that carries over. You know.
That's all that matters. Yeah, I hope so. 3 in 2 joint practices with the Browns?
3 in 2 joint practices, and then a handful of other ones in just regular practice. You know, what did you think about all the other moves that they brought in? Especially I think they brought in 3 defensive tackles and 2 linebackers. That tells me those guys are all just for next week. They're all bodies. They're not going to play anybody week the third preseason game.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, that's all it is. I mean, they're just bringing in bodies, but obviously, you know, the releases, and you know, obviously with Zach McPherson going to be out. I mean, it's good that Morrow, Jomo, and Tyree Cleveland are going to be fine. Thank God, because that was really scary. But, you know, the stretcher's never a good thing to see. So some guys will just clear waivers, come back to the Eagles on IR, or just, you know, be on there for a while. So
yeah,
that's it.
David G says, Defensive Rookie of the Year odds, Jalen Carter plus 700, Will Anderson plus 400. So that means if you bet $100, you would win $700 if you bet Jalen. So, yeah, so I might have to put $200 on that, because I think that's a good bet right there.
How has Will Anderson looked? I mean, I don't follow the Houston Texans too much.
I mean, I really haven't heard, to be honest with you. You know, I don't know. The difference between, you know, what you're getting with Will Anderson, what you're getting with Jalen Carter is Jalen Carter's going on to the NFC champions. You know, he's going to be on the line. Like, you know, people talk about Hargrave. Okay, you lost Hargrave, but you still have 3 guys on that defense that have double-digit sacks.
That's a difference.
Sweat. I mean, that's a big thing. And I'm telling you, teams, if Jordan Davis eats up the double team, it is going to open up things for Jalen Carter.
Yeah, look at the even with some of the clips we've seen, even from Jordan Davis and even Carter as well, because we've seen a lot from him as well, even during practice, like those, you know, those one-on-ones with the Browns, and Davis with that really, you know, you have the finesse agility with Jalen Carter and those moves, and you have a really good bull rush with Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis looks like he's got a, you know, he's motorless right now. He looks really good.
This may be the best compliment ever, and don't let your wife hear this, Mr. Potato. 500 is God. Or good, I don't know which one is it. Who else is bored with wife at home, wishing he was low on groceries so he could go away? What? Dude. Oh, my God. You better not let her hear that, man.
That's bad.
Yeah. Walt says, Will Anderson had a wicked hit on someone today. I got the game on, but I'm not. I haven't really been paying too much attention. You know, Joe says a dominating defensive tackle is much more important than a running back. Running backs, especially. Oh, I agree.
Oh, I get it.
100. We totally agree with that. You know, I mean, Will Anderson and Jalen Carter were the best two players in the draft. So to me, you take them over anybody. And I still can't believe that Jalen Carter fell to it. I can't.
It could have been the off the field stuff. It could have been, he was only getting interviews. He always only taking interviews within the top 10. Like that was what, I think the Eagles made a promise to him that they were going to draft him if he made it. And I'm surprised he passed Seattle, and I'm surprised the Bears had no interest they had no interest in Carter at all.
Well, everybody was saying the Bears were going to take him at 1. And then when he had the incident happen, the Bears traded back. So I was thinking at the time, I'm like, the Bears are going to take him because they could have gotten him at 1 and they trade back and they're still going to get him. So it was like, wow, okay. Dave Dust says, Capizzle said he didn't think to download the Mark Holmes meltdown after it got deleted. He's hoping 500 has it somehow. 500 has it. Yes, 500. 500, that was the first thing I thought about. I downloaded it before I even listened to it because I didn't know how long it would be there. Philly says, this is off topic, but they had a kid in junior high, was born without a right hand, but had the best crossover on the basketball team. Huh. That's interesting. I guess sometimes like when you're, when you're at a disadvantage, sometimes you find ways to get even better. I don't know. That's pretty crazy. Art Makepeace, a member for 19 months, man. Thank you so much for your support. He goes, wow, 19 months, been a follower much longer. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for being a channel member. That is awesome. We got over 450 people in the chat between both channels. Thank you so much for being here. If you do channel, hit that like, make sure you subscribe. I think I'm like 3 or 4 away from 51,000, by the way.
Nice.
So hit that like button if you haven't. Nathan says, did you hear they dropped Carter to cover for the second time today, and he did it versus a tight end?
Goddard.
I think he did it. I didn't know about the Goddard one. I know about the Deion Kane one.
Yeah, both
That's
of them.
awesome. Yeah, that is awesome. Mark has to. Oh my God, Mark is trying to bait me so bad right now, and I'm just trying to focus on the Eagles, do my thing, and he is just baiting me, and I am going to get him. And when I go off of him, he's going to start complaining. Why is Philly 500 picking on me? I'm just this old man at this red brick house, 200 years old. Did you get Madden by chance?
No. I'm not buying that shit.
Dude, I tried to watch. I was watching different streams streaming a game. It stinks. But I'm probably going to buy it, but it stinks. Howie Robbery says, sup, boys? In Madden 24, Jalen Carter is on the starting lineup next to Cox and Reddick. Rashad Penny is a starting running back. Huh.
Rashad Penny.
See, I think Jordan Davis is going to start.
I haven't seen another depth chart release yet besides the one we got into the first preseason game. I don't think I've seen another depth chart that was released yet.
Yeah. Well, that's unofficial, though. That's just the PR people doing that. That's not that's
okay. I thought that was
those are unofficial. Two Blaze, a member for 15 months. Shout out to you and thank you so much for the support. What's up, guys? So excited for Sidney Brown. He's a heat-seeking missile. He really is. He really is.
Totally is.
He's going to be good. Philly, remember pitcher Jim Abbott? He only had one hand, and I believe pitched a no-hitter in Major League Baseball. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I do remember him. Yeah, that was something. That was something. Twitch says, Capizzle and Mark, you look like you stink. Your shirt is like your neck and all stretched. Is that what made him flip out? I still haven't watched the whole thing yet. I just have it on. I just made sure I recorded it. Mark says, you all always talk about the Cowboys, but the 49ers fans be trashing the Eagles. I mean, I don't know how we talk about the 49er fans too, but I mean, you can only call somebody a crybaby so many ways. You know, at the end of the day, the Dallas Cowboys to me are the bigger threat because they're in your division. So you
Right.
focus on your division. 49ers, we'll meet them when we meet them.
We will.
49ers, Cowboys are the most delusional fan base. 49ers are the biggest babies. There's no doubt. Dave Does says, Maddox is one of my favorite players on the team, but he's always getting injured. Who is the favorite to step in for him? Well, it was Zeke McPherson, right? And he is now hurt for the year. So who would be the backup nickel? I don't think it's Joe because I think Joe's more outside. Is it Goodrich or is it Eli Ricks?
Goodrich. So Goodrich, and these are the two games. So Goodrich played 42 of 44 snaps in the Browns game as a slot corner. Josiah Scott was second most with 19. Goodrich dropped into coverage on 30 snaps, was targeted 2 times, and allowed 1 reception for 7 yards. Goodrich remained consistent through games 1 and 2. I think it's going to be Goodrich and Josiah Scott, but I think Goodrich might be in line. So here's another question too, because they've been using Bradbury at the nickel spot too. Like, is there somebody that they trust on the outside?
I have a theory on that. Here's my theory on Bradbury in the slot. I think the Eagles are looking at their schedule and they're looking at teams like the Chiefs and they're looking at teams like the Giants and they're looking at teams that basically their best receiver is a tight end. And I think they want to use Bradbury in those situations where you're playing. Like when you play Kansas City, why not put Bradbury on Kelsey? Why not put Bradbury on what's his face, the Giants guy? Why not do that? Because I don't think the threat with those teams. I think your bigger threat is the tight end. Not, and to me, Bradbury's very good against big physical players. Bradbury has problems with speed guys. So if it was me and you play the Chiefs, I would love to put Bradbury on Kelsey and see if I can.
Who you putting on the outside? Like who?
Job. I would put Job out there, or I move Maddox out there at times, one or the other.
Yeah.
But I think that would be a great plan. I mean, why not? Because I don't think, maybe not so much the Chiefs, but let's say the Giants. I think the Giants got some young receivers, college guys, but I still think the Giants have giant questions about their outside receivers. So. Really, you're going to want to focus on their tight end and Barkley, and why not put Bradbury on them? And to me, you might shut them down.
Yeah, true.
So that's my theory. That's why I think they're putting Bradbury in the slot at times. Chris Scott, thank you for super chat. He goes, our main issue is punter. We need to get Matt Ariza here now. Love you guys. Chris Scott, thank you for super chat, man. Appreciate it. I mean, I agree. They need a punter. I don't understand. Punters don't even cost that much, do they? Like I don't understand. I don't understand what they're doing. I'm going to be honest. I don't understand anything about special teams. Like I don't understand the guys that they throw out there on the kick return. I don't understand why they don't let Devin Allen take a punt. I don't understand why they don't have any competition at punter.
Michael Clay.
Well, I mean, what does he see good? What about Sippo's stinky punts? Do you go, oh wow, he kicked the shit out of that ball? like what? Like where? Like you know what I mean? Like go get it. Just bring in a punter.
There hasn't been a consistent returner that has flashed. So what are they waiting for waivers? Or are they going to wait to get if they don't get anybody on the waivers, then I don't know what.
Yeah, I personally think Covey's going to be good.
Yeah,
I think Covey's going to be good this year. But it's just in the situation like a Devin Allen, like I just don't understand. Like, why not put him out there? Like the fans were actually chanting his name in the preseason game to let him do returns.
Because really, Britton Covey looks like a returner. Like he plays like a returner. He's got that explosiveness. Like he's quick. But who else looks like that on this team? Like who else has that same somewhat skill set? Zacchaeus?
The only guy maybe Zacchaeus. We didn't get to see him, but maybe Boston Scott. That would be my other guy. And I mean, Greg Ward, I just don't want to see punts anymore.
We saw him the other night.
It's fair catch or 4-yard gain at most. Like I know he's not going to fumble, and you can count on him in that aspect. Put him on the kick return and let him fair catch it. But I don't understand. Like Trey Sermon on kick returns. Put
No.
Devin Allen. Devin Allen is with that speed. Put him out there. I don't get it. Like the whole way they used Devin Allen the other night just baffled me. Like they don't give him punt returns, and then everything's a wide receiver screen. The guy's an Olympic runner. Send him deep. Don't
Yeah,
they
I don't
remember
know.
what he did in the last game?
Yeah,
I don't get it. Eagles Army down under. Thank you for super chat. He said Josiah Scott. I don't know. Does Josiah Scott make this team?
He
Maybe because of special teams.
maybe. And he's got a lot, and he's played for. I mean, there's times where he plays good as a role player. That if he's with good pieces around, he could play okay. But I don't really want to get into that situation again where it's him. Yeah, I just don't.
Yeah.
But.
ASMR me of everything. David super chat. He goes, my boy Swift is going to be a monster this year. Oh yeah, Swift. I can't wait to watch them unleash. Swift.
They're marinating him right now.
I think week 1, Swift goes off, and everybody's going to be like, by the time we get like to the end of next year, everybody's going to be saying, we got to find a way to bring back Swift. We got to find a way to bring back Swift.
Yeah,
I really believe it. JJ Rock Philly says they need to use Devin Allen punt returns. I mean, I would think, dude, let him do it. I mean, maybe he can't do it. Maybe they don't trust him catching. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I feel like they're just wasting time with all these other guys that Michael Clay definitely knows that they're not going to be kick returners or punt returners. Like they're putting such random. Like I understand like Penny or like some other guys have done shit in college, but that was college. Like how have some of these guys been used in the NFL? Like I don't see anybody that's close to Covey besides Devin Allen. Like, why was he brought in on a 3-year deal? Like, they signed him like almost a full contract for what? Like you said, like all I saw was like the screen passes. Like that's all I've seen, and it's like a cop out. It's like what?
Yeah.
Why is he here? Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know when we saw him last year. Have catch that bomb for a touch. I mean, dude, it was like this dude's fast. You gotta take advantage. I really thought that they were going to come out in the second half and let Tanner McKee fire a one deep downfield to him, dude. But I don't know. The special team stuff mind boggles. It's mind boggling to me, and the most crazy thing is just the punt game, because I mean Legatron stunk, right? I don't even know why they call him Legatron, but I don't know. You need a punter. I really don't think that we got our punter on a team. They still might get one, but I can't believe that they're just giving. There's nothing Sippos did at all in the 2 games that I saw that makes me think you can go with them. Did you feel like you could?
No, it just didn't feel. I don't know. Probably not. No. Got to figure this out, man, because we're going to lose games because of it. So I'm telling you, it's going to be that one game where we're going to be pissed off over the offensive defense is going to work their ass off against a hard team, and then it's going to be that one moment on special teams, the third part of our game. I know a lot of people don't care about it, but trust me, it's very important. So
it is. Marcus Blackman says Deuce Vaughn is going to be a matchup problem for Eagles. Deuce Vaughn better. Let's see if the little guy can actually make it to when we play. We'll see. I actually think he was the Cowboys' best pick. I mean, it's all they got, really, is Deuce Vaughn. Philly Boy Floyd says, our kick coverage hasn't looked good. Yeah, it hasn't looked good either and could cost us in the long run. I worry about special teams. I do, we'll see. I mean, there's still time. They may wait. They may be waiting for a kicker to get, like a punter to get cut at the deadline. I have a hard time believing they're comfortable with Sippos that way.
If Michael Clay, if they don't pick anybody off waivers, then like why don't we have a guy like Turpentine or something? Like why don't we have why don't they? You know what I mean? Like guys like that.
He might get cut.
I heard that rumor too.
Wouldn't that be hilarious if they cut Turpentine and the Eagles signed him and then he just destroyed
He's
Dallas?
He's good.
Yeah, exactly. Who is more fun to watch, 2017 Wentz or 2022-23 Hurts? Well, I have to say Hurts. And the reason I'm only going to say it is because you can't say 2017 Wentz and say it's finished. Like, he never finished. It went from the 2017 season, to me, is more magical. It's funner because part of that fun is that you had a backup quarterback come in and lead you to a Super Bowl win, which, was storybook. Wentz didn't finish the season, So
Yeah.
I have to go Hurts.
Yeah, same. I agree. And it's no hate, not being biased.
No, it's not hate. It's if you say the question is Hurts or Hurts, Wentz or Hurts, who was more fun. If you want to say what was the funner season, you got to go with the 2017 because of the way it ended. Dylan says Oz has the speed to be a return guy too. He needs more opportunities. They put him out there one time, and then he wound up going out of the game because he got hurt. I think he does need an opportunity too. I agree.
I feel like we don't get enough of, like, I don't know why these reporters are at practice. I feel like the only thing we don't get enough information on, are they not doing enough special teams during these practices? Because I feel like we don't get a depth chart at all for special teams. I don't see, like, who's punting first, second, third, fourth. You know what I mean? I don't punt returner like first to 4 people. I never hear that any practice. I don't know why, but
yeah, I don't know. Dex says 500. Do you look down on me because of my receding hairline and hair loss? No, I'm actually jealous of you. I wish I had a receding hairline and hair loss. That way I could just be bald and then I wouldn't have any gray hair. So I'm a little jealous. Skid Marks, David Super Chat goes, Ariza will help our secondary. Well, it'll help your field positioning, right? Because, a punter could be valuable. I mean, if you could change a game, you can change a game with the field position. So, I think so. And thank you for Super Chat, Skid Marks. Eagles Uncensored, what's going on, man? He goes, yo, what's good, 500? And Joey, hope you all are having a great weekend. Fly Eagles fly. Thank you, man. Having a great weekend. It's been a busy weekend, but it's been a good weekend. I'm hoping that it'll settle down. I got some things with the family tonight to do, so I'm going to go out afterwards. But other than that, yeah, we'll see. Psylocke says, let's put 500 at kick return and Joey Shakes at punter. I think I could do. I would be honest with you. I believe that I would have a better return average than Greg Ward.
Well, I
believe I could have it. All I have to do is run straight ahead, and I'll have, because what is the average? 4 yards a return?
Yeah, he does. He hesitates as soon as he gets the ball. He waits way too long. Like, that's why I can't stand punt returners that hesitate. Once you, like, I understand, like, if you're kind of like, if the ball, like, bounces off the ground and then you have to pick it up and see where you're going to run. But, like, he hesitates almost every time. Like, pick it up and go. Like, I don't
well, he's going to catch it. I trust him there. But he waits. He waits. If you look at, like, Covey, I forget what it was, but the last half of the season, he had one of the best return averages. So I think maybe he's going to be really good. I mean, maybe he'll be like, it'll hit this year, I hope so.
Maybe.
Let's see. Brock Purdy is straight garbage in Madden 24 and in real life. But don't tell the 49ers that.
He's thrown a lot of picks. I think he's thrown like 8-9 picks, I think, in camp already.
Oh, yeah. Well, now everybody has seen him, so we'll see how he goes. 49ers they've got the ultimate problem. They don't have a quarterback. Martin Perez Davis Super Chat. He goes, should we go after Cordell Patterson from Atlanta? Is he on the market or something? I mean, I'm all for bringing in. I'll be honest with you. I'm willing to give Covey early season to try and give him a punt return. He was good at the end of the year. I'm more concerned about the actual punter, who's going to punt the ball. That worries me a lot more.
Yeah.
And thank you, Martin, for the super chat. Dev says, we should try Devin Allen on punt return or kick return. Maybe it's third. I agree. I like this week, the whole game, I would have Devin Allen doing punt returns. I would have him doing punt returns.
Yeah, I mean, at least even last year I was pissed off. Like Covey was just, Covey was just way too raw, man. Like, he's just a raw player. He's undrafted free agent. You're putting a lot of pressure on him. And, like, I expect, with another offseason with the Eagles now, I mean, he hasn't really had one because he's been hurt. So, still missing a lot of time right now. But, I mean, they brought him up to the active roster 3 times. And after you bring a player up to the active roster 3 times, then you got to figure out, if you're keeping him on practice squad or to the active roster. So you couldn't really do anything else with, that's the guy they wanted. They try him. Like, why is he's not going to be a wide receiver. He's got no chance to make this team as a wide receiver. There's no chance. So,
yeah. Tommy's channel says, how concerned are you with Reddick's injury? I'm not worried about Reddick's injury. It was a thumb. He had surgery on it. If it was like a knee and he had a knee scope, or it was some foot or something like that, I would be more concerned. I'm not really concerned about the thumb. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, no, it's just a little thing he wants to fix. You know what I mean? I'm not, he'll be ready. I'm not worried about it at all.
Yeah. So. Goat James says, I think we make any trades before the season like Gardner Johnson last year. I think if you look at Howie's history of like during preseason training camp, getting the 53-man roster, he likes to make trades. I think there's a very good chance that we make a trade this year, like a CJ Gardner Johnson, a guy in the last year of a contract, something like that is sitting there. I could totally see it. I mean, he's done it many years, not just last year with CJ Gardner Johnson. I mean, you can go back to 2017 when he got oh God, why do I always forget his name now? The corner when he traded Jordan Matthews to Buffalo.
Darby?
Right? Darby, yeah, he got Ronald Darby. Right, as camp was ending. We traded Bradford the week before the football season. Last year we get CJ Gardner Johnson. He always seems to like to make a move around this time. So I do expect to have something happen. What position, I don't know, but
may not be safety anymore. Maybe, I don't know, but I doubt
it might not be. It might not be. I don't know. I mean, we haven't really talked about the linebackers. Like, I'm thinking that Zach Cunningham is a complete and total steal because he had an elbow problem. He was one of the best leading tacklers in the league, and it was like they cut him because of money or whatever. This could be a total steal for us.
If he could stay healthy, if he could stay healthy, he's good.
Yeah, and he's getting first team reps now with
today.
Nakobe. I think those are your starting linebackers, dude. I do. And you notice how they're getting first team reps, and then they sign 2 linebackers.
Right,
so
right.
2 linebackers basically they're going to sit Nakobe Dean and him. I bet you.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yep. Eric Wilson says, we're not going to need a punter this year. Left without a touchdown every play. One can only hope.
Right.
One can only hope. Louisville's Cards. Thank you for Super Chat. He goes, I believe the media think Jalen year was a fluke. He's getting no respect, so pull the dog mask back out. It always gets no respect. It's so frustrating. I forget what it was, but they were showing that Jalen Carter, that like we don't even have a top 10 wide receiver quarterback duo. Like, what are they talking about, dude? Like, it's crazy. I think it's totally crazy. But Jalen Hurts will prove everybody wrong this year. It will happen. Eric Wilson, member for 1 month. Thank you so much for your support. We're not going to need a punter touchdown every play. Listen, from your mouth to God's ears, I'm awake. Our use says Cunningham looks unblockable. He's getting loose already. He looks good. I'm very excited about him. I'm very excited about Nakobe Dean. I know a lot of people are hard on him, but I think he's going to be good, man. I do. There's just something about that kid. I think he's a player. I think he's a legit player.
He didn't get much reps last year. He had some reps, but like he never played a whole game. Like I was praying. Like there was one week where Kaiser White had an ankle injury, and I was like, "Oh God, please!" Like I don't wish injury upon nobody, but just give Nakobe Dean like a game, at least one game. But it just wasn't enough. He was playing special teams. He was more of a sponge in the linebacker room with Nick Rallis. I mean. He was just gaining information last year and learning last year, but he didn't have enough playing time. Like people can't be too hard on him right now. It just can't.
Yeah, but the thing is if you watch him, like I'm not saying that there were times where he was out of position. There are some things he's got to get better at. I agree, but man, that play where he forced the fumble, you look at the jump he gets off the snap. Like he recognized and read the play. You can tell he's a very instinctual, smart
Mm-hmm.
player, and
Yeah.
he knows where it's going, and he's going to react very quick. And I really think people underestimate what that play meant. I mean, to me, that was a big play, and I think we're going to get a lot of that with Nakobe Dean. Now he's small, and there will be moments where he may get pushed around by a big offensive lineman, things like that. But
It
I
happens.
think he's a scrapper, dude. I think he's going to be better than TJ Edwards was last year when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
Robert Powell says he needs reps. Yeah, he does. He does need reps. I agree. Damon says sports analysts refused to admit 75% of Hurts stats were in the first half. We ran the ball, everybody, after going up 20, even the Cowboys. I know. If the Eagles just kept throwing and kept coming, I mean, they would have been blowing teams out last year. They could have put all sorts of crazy numbers in. It's true. Tommy says Dean came in at the end of the Titans game last year and was stuffing Henry. I believe he will be an elite run stuffer. He just needs to work on coverage. I like the kid. Something about that kid. I think he's going to be around the ball. I think he's going to make plays, and I think people are going to be surprised.
I think it's just going to take. It's going to take a couple games. It's not going to be. It might not be a.
He was a top 20 prospect. We did not think he was going to go past 20 in that draft.
True.
Yeah. So like people forget how talented he is, Bird Gang says, do you believe Justin Fields was better than Hurts in any way? No. I don't.
What
runner,
has he proved? What has he proved though? And plus, like they got all those. They traded back. If they traded back, they got all these picks. Like they didn't win anything yet. They may have won a trade theoretically just by what it looks like, but they need to see what they have when the season starts. Like they were making a big decision. Like there was a big decision where they were making a decision whether they were going to keep Justin Fields or they were going to go for a quarterback. So that was the big decision going into either staying or trading back. So there's nothing won yet with the Bears. A lot of good players there now, but can it's down to the coaching. Can the players mesh together well? There's nothing proven yet. Shouldn't be better than Hurts right now. So
I don't dislike Fields, but I need to see more. Foster Park says I'm stressing out about the final 53-man roster is going to look like, especially the fifth receiver and linebackers outside of Dean and Cunningham, Morrow and MJ Miles Jack. Well, I think the linebackers you're going to have. It's going to be Dean's going to make it, Cunningham's going to make it, Morrow's going to make it, Christian Ellis is going to make it. I think Miles Jack is going to make it, right?
Yeah.
And then
that might be it. Maybe
Sean Bradley's on IR, right? Is there somebody else that they want to? Well, we're talking off the ball linebackers. We're not talking about the edge rushers also, because then you'll have Hassan Reddick, Nolan Smith would all be included.
Yeah, Patrick Johnson's out as well.
Right.
So
right. As far as the receivers go, they're going to I think they'll keep 4 running backs and 5 or 6 receivers, because you're going to have Devontae, AJ Brown, Quez, and Oz. That's 4. The 5th receiver is definitely Britton Covey, because he's your punt returner. So the question is do they keep 6? Or is that what they're going to go with?
Wait, Covey's yeah, that's 5. Never mind.
Yeah, Covey's 5.
Right.
Yeah, Covey's 5. So, and he's the only punt returner they really got. So the question is, will they keep 6 wide receivers? And what's his face? That Cleveland kid, he's going to be on. They waived him today to waive him, and they're going to bring him back and put him on IR.
He was having a good off season too.
Great. He looked. Yeah. To me, he was really good. I have a feeling they're going to keep 5. I think a guy like Joseph Nagata, I think he ends up on the practice squad. Devin Allen probably comes back on the practice squad. you said they signed him for 3 years, right? So,
Yeah.
so they'll probably bring him back. So I think they keep 5 receivers, 4 running backs, most likely. I mean, I guess they could keep 6 wide receivers, but I don't think they will.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, if you look at it, like I think after Covey, I wouldn't say as a receiver, but after like that lineup, I think it goes Cleveland. That's not going to be around. Nagata, Hazelwood, in that order,
I don't
probably.
like Hazelwood.
No, I don't
like
either.
Hazelwood.
I don't either.
Yeah. Philly D says Sippos cost us a Super Bowl. We'll never survive here. That's it's a worry.
I get
to
it.
me.
Middle of the field, middle of the field.
Right. I know.
Idiot.
I just, yeah. Van Summerlin makes. I think he's a practice squad. The thing is he is very fast and very athletic. He just needs to develop.
He's got like an edge to him. He plays like with electricity, dude. Like I like it.
Yeah, I kind of like that kid. He missed a couple tackles early, but he kept coming and kept coming. Pause, big pause. But you know what I mean. Like
what?
I like the kid.
Yeah, right.
I do. It's gonna be a very interesting 53-man roster. Like does Derek Barnett, having restructured his contract, does he make the team? Does he even deserve it? I thought Teron Jackson played really well, actually, to be honest with you.
6 pressures, yeah.
I thought he was good. So, what are you going to do at defensive end? What are you going to do with defensive tackle? You're going to keep, how many defensive tackles are we going to keep?
5?
4 or 5? Probably 5, right?
Yeah, have to
be.
be.
I would think so. So, you got Davis, Cox, Carter, Street, right? They did cut Noah Ellis.
Right. Do you think, like, is it because, like, you really don't want Barnett to start, or are you just...
Yeah, I want him out. I want him gone. Are you kidding? But I have a feeling he's going to be there.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Foster Park says, Philly, I heard what you said about Ben Summerlin, and I was just thinking, what if he returns punts? It might look stupid, but let him try it out. The last
They're doing that anyway. They're doing stupid anyway. They're putting anybody back. Put Lane Johnson back there if you want. At this point,
I say if they're going to do anything, put Mulata at fullback for a couple snaps. Let me see that. That would be interesting. Yeah, Milton Williams. I forgot about Milton Williams. So I mean, they got some interesting cuts to make.
You got to keep like Milton Williams. You got to keep Street because those are 2 guys right there that can play inside and outside. Yeah, you got to keep both of them.
And they already waived Noah Ellis, and they signed what, 3 defensive tackles. That tells you right there, Fletcher Cox, Jalen Carter, and Jordan Davis are not playing this week.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan Jordan Davis super chat. He goes, I think Greg Ward should make the team. He may not have an upside of others, but he has proven to be most consistent behind Brown and Smith. He actually has probably been the best receiver in the 2 preseason games. And you could keep him, but then you'd have to keep 6 wide receivers. And they very well could keep 6 wide receivers.
The problem with Greg Ward is that I felt like ever since Nick got here, because he was like one of Doug's favorite receivers, and I felt like ever since Nick got here, I feel like he just doesn't value Greg Ward. I know us fans, like, he's been really consistent. I mean, the Tyree Cleveland, It's been really Greg Ward. That, like, I didn't even put him on that list, but I just talked about before because, like, I wasn't even thinking about Greg Ward because he just doesn't. I don't know. Nick just doesn't value Greg Ward the way I guess Doug did. I don't know. I feel like he can still play. He could play inside. He could play the slot. I don't know.
He said, "Wash my hands." He said, "Wash my hands." What the hell's wrong with my hands? Did I?
You're not even showing. You didn't even had it. You weren't even showing your hands.
My hands are clean, dude. I always have. I wash my hands probably like I'm a little bit of a germ freak, so I wash my hands. I wash my hands like all the time.
Do you have to take a shower before bed every night? Are you like one of those guys? Like I can't get to my bed without taking a shower.
I have to take a shower before bed. I have to take a shower after a dump. If I dump, I have to shower.
Fucking weird.
If I dump, I have to take a shower. I've trained my body not to go dump in public. Because I have to take a crap, I have to take a shower. Yeah, I'm a bit of I got a bit of clean freak type things, and you know what I mean. I do. Greg Ward deserves a roster spot. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, it's going to be. They might keep 6 receivers. They could totally keep 6. I could see it. 4 if you keep 4 running backs. They're going to keep 3 quarterbacks, right? Tanner McKee. They're not going to try to get him through waivers, right? They're not going to.
What are they doing with him? Like, what are they doing with him then? Getting value?
I assume you keep him as a 3rd quarterback, and you know, see if they try to push him through waivers and they cut him and try to bring him back on the practice. I don't know if he's going to make it, man.
He ain't going to make it.
I don't know. I don't know if he's going to make. A guy like Andy Reid will snatch his ass up.
Fuck that.
You know. But you figure if they keep them, they're going to go 3 quarterbacks, 4 running backs. What does that mean? 3 tight ends, and then maybe you could go 5. Then maybe you can go 6 receivers. You know, do you think there's any way? Because I read something today, and I don't know if it's a true rumor that Penny could be on the bubble still. Do you think that Trey Sermon might make this team? No, I'm not. I'm serious. I'm serious.
No, I just read something really fucked up.
Which one?
Qua 916 Qua QUA.
Okay, I just got. I'm headed there. Okay.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
You create some sick fucking people. Like
I'm too open about stuff.
All right, say a question again. I totally lost it.
Understand this. Why? What the hell? I don't know. I don't know. Where were we?
What was the question? Because I totally just blanked.
Damon said, John for fantasy, loves running the ball. He looks good so far. I'll tell you that. I'm awake. You're not. Says McKee is looking like a 1st rounder. Oh, Howie. McKee looks great. Are you kidding? I think he's awesome. I think they got to keep him, right? But they might. I mean, they could try to cut him and bring him back off waivers, but I don't know. You know.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Max said, "Hey Philly, try and invite Cilio one of your Eagle game live streams." All right, I can do that. Man, this chat just goes downhill. Quit. War Pipes says, "Yo, Philly and Joey, much love, guys. I'll watch you every day from Melbourne. Shout out to you from Melbourne, Australia.
Awesome. It's gonna be morning time over there."
Oh, how are the waves near you? You got big giant waves to go surfing? I always wanted to be a surfer when I was young.
Oh God!
I wanted
to say shit to say it, or are you actually?
No, I'm serious. Like I was like, you know, it's an East Coast boy living in like Jersey area and stuff. We didn't see no surfers, and then you know, ESPN would have these like surfer magazine video like shows that would come on, and I would watch all the time, going, "Cowabunga, dude! I'm gonna surf that when I get older."
You watching that show? What was that show? Nickelodeon with the fuck was that show? I don't know what it was.
No. Never watched Nickelodeon, but I was thought, man, one day I'm gonna learn to surf. And then what was that show that came out? Oh man, the Keanu Reeves show, Point Break, came out. I was like, oh my God, yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Wait, how old are you? Yeah. How old are you again?
I'm 48.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm old. I've been on a boogie board. I've been on a surfboard.
A boogie board with the ones they give to little kids in the fucking
Well, I mean, I didn't grow up
pass
seeing giant waves.
pass your swim test.
The waves were small in Jersey and stuff. The Angry Bear
Rocket
says,
Power.
Didn't they pass a rule where we can keep 4 quarterbacks on the roster and dress 3 because of the Niners? Oh yeah, you're right. They did pass some sort of law like that.
I forgot what it was.
Yeah.
Let me try to look it up.
Yeah, but I think that I still think you have to be in the 53-man roster requirements, though. I believe. Dylan Jordan, thank you for super chat. He goes, the show was Rocket Power.
Yeah,
I
right.
never heard of that. He called a boogie board. No, I didn't call it a surfboard. I'm just saying I was on a boogie board. I never owned a surfboard.
A boogie board ain't surfing at all. It's like
no, but it was like the first step, right? Like first is bodyboard,
yeah.
body surfing, then boogie board.
A boogie board is like this small.
Then you're supposed to go, yeah, but you got professional boogie boarders, and then you're supposed to go to it's bodyboard, boogie board, surfboard, and then they came out with the skim boards, and I tried that one time and I fell on my ass. But yeah, I was going to be a surfer. I was going to be a professional football player surfer. It didn't work out. Birds Nation says, I could see a scenario where a quarterback go down and someone gives you a first or second round for 10. You think somebody would give you that much for McKee? I mean, if they did, you would have to take it.
Yeah, obviously. 2 seconds.
Yeah. Fuzz from Australia, thank you for super chat. He goes, hope you both have a great night. Me and my kids enjoy watching you guys. I know I have now trained my 2-year-old son to say Cowboys still stink. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. And thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Thank you. Ray says 500 would need a garage door to go out surfing. Now I would, but in my youth I wouldn't. But the thing is like, unless you go to like Cape Hatteras and the Outer Banks, like in North Carolina, like the waves weren't all that great. 500, you're in a path of tropical storm coming from Las Vegas headed into California. The sky is dark here. I don't think so. I don't know. I have to check. It's sunny here. Tortyville says 500 and Joey, do you think Maddox could be a surprise cut? Maybe our cornerbacks are Slayer, Bradbury, Joe, Ricks, and Ringo. I don't think so. I don't think so. But do you think a guy like Ringo is in danger of getting cut? Or do you think they're going to keep all those guys now? Like how many, they're going to keep 4 safeties probably, right?
6, 7 corners, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, at least 6. I would. Well, yeah, you're
7 maybe.
Bradbury,
I don't know.
Bradbury, Slay, Maddox. They're definitely staying.
Yeah.
I believe Job is staying. Right. I would believe Eli Ricks is staying. And then
you need a nickel.
You probably have one more.
Need a nickel.
Well, you might keep 2 more. So then it would be Goodrich and then Ringo. That's probably what it would be.
That's 7.
But
right?
That means Josiah Scott's gone.
That's fine.
Yeah. I look at Ringo as a guy that could be not just a corner, but eventually a safety. So you can move him all around.
and I really want Ricks to get more. I just want Ricks to just get more work in, for another year and see what he could really turn into.
Yeah. Dex, you're crazy. I never had one. Nate, David Super Chat goes, live stream with Mark during the Eagles Cal Turds game. It will be classic. I want to see him cry while you laugh at his face. I'll do it. But he thinks that he's already streaming with me because he has me on the whatchamacallit anyways.
Oh, his back television.
Yeah, he keeps me on the stream. They won't cut Ringo. No, I don't think so. Might keep 7. Might keep 7. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Dad says, how about our boy? Yeah, I know. I saw that run that you showed me. That was beautiful. The kid's going to be a player, no doubt.
Weren't we right? Were we right? We'll see.
Well, it doesn't matter though, because what we said if Jalen Carter, Will Anderson there, you take them over him. So it never, it never really mattered. Like Joe says, it's Hurricane Hillary coming to California. She's a real bitch. I hear. I didn't know that's the name of the hurricane. Witch King says, as much as I hate ESP, LD Shore Parks, bitch ass, he put a good 53-man roster prediction the other day. Oh, did he? I didn't see it. I think I find him amusing because he does the statistics and the passing.
So stupid. So
I
dumb.
enjoy it because it's just crazy, but it's cool.
He's the one that did the whole thing on the running backs, and all of us were freaking out over because if Kenneth Gainwell gets more carries in camp, it means he's the number one running back, and because DeAndre Swift is getting the most passes, they're just using him as a third down. I'm like, no, we're not using him as a third down.
And you saw what they did. You saw what they did this week in the preseason game. Gainwell got the start in the carries, and then they took him out, and Swift didn't play. So the way I see the depth chart of the running back, I think I don't know who's the number one. It's either Gainwell or Swift. I think it's one of those two guys. And I think Boston Scott is in the middle, and he's secure. I don't think they're going to cut him. And I think it comes down to Sermon and Penny. And I got to tell you, I like the way Sermon bounced back from the fumble, but I thought Penny looked better in the second game. I thought Sermon looked better in the first game.
True.
And now Sermon's hurt, right? He's injured. So I think he's got an ankle problem. So I'm probably cutting Sermon.
Yeah, I agree. Penny's going to be an interesting one this year. That he's just one that I'm interested to see how he's going to look, how many carries he's going to get with everybody else in that room.
Yeah.
See,
Gardner and Goodrich will go on the practice squad if we keep 7 cornerbacks. Goodrich makes it. Yeah, Gardner, that kid, Minky Gardner kid's good too, man. I like that kid too. I don't see if he gets cut. I'm afraid that's one of those guys that when they make the cuts and he's on it, I'm holding my breath for like a day because it's like, oh, please clear waivers,
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Once we get closer to like cut day, we'll when we do the shakedown during that time, or maybe we'll just do a shakedown, depending on what day it is.
What day is the cuts? When do you know what day it has to be in by?
I don't know. I'll check right now.
We got 552 people in the chat, by the way. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you're new, hit that like, make sure you subscribe. I think I'm like 4 away from 52,000. So make sure you definitely subscribe if you haven't. Sub Joey up if you haven't. Sub us both up. You definitely don't want to miss it. It's gonna be a fun season. No question about it.
Okay, August. All right, so due to August 29th, says due to resolution proposal that was approved in March of the annual league meeting, teams have to meet only one cut down date this year. Rosters must be trimmed 53 by 4 p.m. Eastern, August 29th. So,
what day is August 29th? A Tuesday, my guess. Yep, it's a Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah, if I could maybe get home early and we can. What time they have to do it by?
4 p.m.
4 p.m.
Eastern.
I could take a late lunch and come home. We can stream if you want and talk
We
about
do that.
the cut.
Yeah.
Just call me Flair, member for 35 months. Thank you so much for your support. He goes, Philly, we need more membership badges. On it. I'm on it. I'm one of the things I'm working on. Should have it fairly soon. But we'll definitely get that before the start of the season. Dad says, no depth. You're high on the roll. I don't know who we're talking about. Let's see here. The entire NFC East is looking at Gardner. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they're going to have some tough cuts because those defensive backs are young and talented.
Mm-hmm.
They really are. 916 David Super Chat goes, Cowboys D and the 2000 Ravens D. E-girls have no depth. You listening to too much Mark Holmes videos. Dude, Mark Holmes goes and does videos like, oh, the Eagles, when we lost McPherson, they're losing players. Their season's over. It's like, dude, it's like a third string guy. Come on now, you know. I don't see how you could compare the Cowboys D to the 2000 Ravens D. That's insane.
Yeah, too far fetched.
Yeah, Mecca Gardner is going to be interesting. That's an interesting one because I don't know what they're going to do with their defensive backs. What, in order to keep him and Goodrich, that would be what, 8 corners, 8 defensive backs.
Yeah. And there's no way. Yeah, I mean that's.
I mean, well, they're going to play a lot of 2 linebackers, right?
Yeah.
So maybe they keep the extra couple corners, because if one of them could do returns or something, it would make it real valuable. See, I think they're going to keep extra offensive linemen. That's what I think they're going to keep. So, yeah, I think they keep 7. One of those guys, we got to hope get to the practice. What could happen too is you could get a guy that stubs his toe in the next game, and then you put him on the IR for the year. You stash them. They always stash 1 or 2 guys for the whole year.
How many guys can you protect on the roster every week? 2?
From what? Yeah, I think 3. I thought it was 2 or 3.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
But what I'm saying is, you don't put them on. You don't put them on the practice squad. You get one of those guys, and they hurt their toe. They have a sore shoulder, whatever it is. You say it's an injury. You put them on injury reserve for the year. So you basically stash them for the year. There's always 1 or 2. I think you could do 2 guys. So there's always 1 or 2 guys they do that too. I think last year they did it with Tyree Jackson. They could do that. Louisville Card Favor Super Chat goes, so what quarterback are we keeping, Ian Book or Mariota? Because Tanner McKee is way better than Ian Book. I think you're going to keep. I think you're going to keep McKee. I think they're going to keep 3 quarterbacks on the roster. I think 3 quarter. I mean, if they don't keep McKee, then they're going to. They think they're going to get him through waivers. Then then we have to hold our breath, because I would hate to lose him. Because if I was the 49ers, I would pick him up so quick.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
But I think the kid's been good. Ray says, I think with the cuts going from 90 to 53 in one day, it will be easier to hire players to the practice squad. There's a lot of guys being cut in one day. It is. The only thing I worry about it is that it gets harder to trade. Maybe it make it easier to trade. Maybe it makes it harder to trade. I don't quite know how that's going to work. But I'm sure we're going to see some movement.
Yeah, I think so.
We don't have depth at 2 positions. That's it. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, safety, we don't have depth, and probably linebackers, what he's thinking. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
Unless you're talking punter or special teams.
Right.
John says, are we going to watch the Cowgirls preseason game? When do they play? Tonight?
10 or 10 Eastern.
I'm not watching Cowboys. No. If I watch it, I'll watch it later tonight on NFL Replay. I'm going out with the family a little bit. Let's see here. How do I feel about the Sixers season?
Yikes.
It's unbelievable.
It is like TMZ of like it is so. The life of a Sixer fan right now is literally like it between the Harden shit that's going on, and it's just turmoil. It's just horrible. It's bad.
They had Jimmy Butler and they let him walk, and then that's always going to be my mindset with the whole thing. Is this era of a Sixers basketball was screwed up when they let Butler out the door, and that's really how I feel about it. Harden, I don't even care that, like, get rid of him. Like, we could get somebody. I'm so sick of him. Ref Taco says, your kids ever watch the streams and all the weird shit. No.
No, I hope not.
No. Ghost 41, thank you for super chat. Hello, guys. Hope you are both doing well. Who do you think has the better chance to make the team? Ricks, Gardner, Goodrich. And remember, Dallas sucks, go Birds. Ghost 41, shout out to you and thank you for the super chat, man. We really, really appreciate it. I would say I think Ricks would have the best chance, followed by Goodrich, followed by Gardner. That would be my order.
Yeah, I think Goodrich just because the nickel spot is like close to empty right now, and without Goodrich being there, Josiah Scott's like the only one. I feel like Goodrich has played better within 2 preseason games, so probably Goodrich, Ricks, and Gardner would be my going in order.
Yeah, it's interesting. We got how many people do we have in here? 564 people. If you haven't, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. We thank you guys so much. Dave does says the owner of the Sixers also owns the Jersey Devils and Washington. There's something twisted. Yeah, I don't like it either.
Really?
No, I don't care for him. No, he reminds me like he's like the guy in France. Like you got the Devils that hate Philly, the Flyers. You got the you got the Sixers that would hate Washington and New York, and then you got Washington of their name's so stupid that hates the Eagles. I don't know. It's like how can you be all of that?
Yeah.
In my opinion. Eugene Krabs, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Shout out to you. That's very, very kind of you. Very nice of you. Thank you so much. Shout out to you. He goes, who do you think will survive here longer? Howie Roseman, Sirianni, or Hurts? Go Birds. I think Roseman. I think Roseman's on a path to own a team. I don't think Roseman.
Yeah, you guys you realize like Jeffrey Lurie is like that's Roseman's like a stepson. That guy is so close to him, it's ridiculous.
I think Roseman's is untouchable.
Remember, dude? Remember how bad we wanted him? Like when he got that extension, how pissed off we were. We were so mad.
Yeah, but he definitely changed though.
Yeah,
we're not getting the same Howie, but between Hurts and Sirianni, I think Hurts is here longer.
True.
That would be my guess.
Sure.
God Body says sub 500. What's up, man? Eagles stink. Cowboys ready for some. Yeah, I don't think so. But Cowboys playing tonight, right? They're supposed to play.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone in the chat and every Eagles fan will be kicking themselves mistake. Kenny Pickett. That's got to be John Doe. John Doe and him are the only two. I think it's the same person. Worst memory of being an Eagle fan last 10 years besides the Super Bowl. In the last 10 years? I think I'm going to say when they traded Shady McCoy.
That was bad. That was bad.
That whole Chip Dip Kelly moment. Spunky 1991. Remember 36 months. What is up, Spunky? Sub 500. Hope all is well. Well wishes to you and your family. P.S. Cowboys stink. Well wishes to you too, my friend. We're happy to see you, man. Hope all is well.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting year. I still have my number 86 Reggie Brown jersey. Wow. I thought Reggie Brown was going to be good. I was high on him, but it didn't work out. Oh, the 2019 play. Oh, yeah. That was a tough loss. 2009. Well, wait. Saints versus Eagles 2019 playoff. What do we...
13 was bad too against the Saints, right? When I think it was the Darren Sproles kick return.
Yeah, that
one was bad too.
That was the Saints one where Alshon Jeffrey was bad. They drove right through his hands. But I guess because you were coming off a Super Bowl, I guess is like it happens. But like that one with the Sproles return was sucked because Foles in the fourth quarter comes off the field with the lead. He gave us
Right.
the leap.
Yeah.
You know, and then we traded Foles, which is just like it's crazy.
Crazy.
Like I don't know why he didn't like him. I just never understood it, you know.
What happened to Alshon Jeffrey? I don't think he even retired yet.
I think he retired, or maybe
Did
not
he?
officially.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
I haven't seen him. I don't think he's playing at all. Torville says, should the Eagles retire number 21? Eric Allen, Sidney Jones has it now, but Sidney Jones has it. Yeah, but yeah, I definitely Sidney Brown has it. Yeah, I would have retired number 21. I think he belongs in the Hall of Fame. I think it should be retired. I also think 96 should be retired.
True.
And I think 59 should be retired as well. Just my opinion. But it is what it is. They didn't ever retire Randall Cunningham's jersey either.
That's surprising.
But nobody wears 12. They won't allow anybody to wear it.
Who wears 20? Who wears 25?
Right now?
25? Yeah, who wears 25? Does anybody wear 25?
Yeah, well, I think Shady wore 25. Is like, didn't he wear 25?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Who's wearing 25 now? Is anybody wearing 25 now?
I don't know. Yeah, Ref Talker says you can't retire 96. You'll have to do it there. Yeah, you can't do it now. That's the thing. I don't know that you can. Like once these guys wear the jerseys, like a few years ago, it was like maybe like 5-10 years ago. There was a player in preseason had number 12 jersey, a wide receiver, and Lurie went out on the field apparently and said you got to get it off. Couldn't wear 12. They haven't officially retired Cunningham's, but I imagine they will at some point. They have a Shady 29 jersey. Yeah, Allen wore 21. I mean, Allen should be in the Hall of Fame. Eric Allen is I think Eric Allen is best overall corner I've ever seen. And when I say that, I mean a corner that could play man, could play zone, could tackle, and do it all. You know, like you get a lot of guys like Deion Sanders was a great cover guy, but couldn't tackle. You know, things like that. He was great, all of it. Yeah, Charlie Garner wore 25. Chris, good night, buddy. We appreciate it. I mean, we're an hour 30 minutes in, so yeah, we probably should get ready to get off here and retire for the night. Yeah. Anything else, man, you want to say before we go?
I think that's it. I mean, we're just gonna go through a few more days of training camp. I don't know does anybody know if they're practicing tomorrow? I don't even know if they're practicing tomorrow at all, but see how everything, the third preseason game, just more back end of the roster, and we'll go by the middle of next week. We'll be into the 53-man roster and kind of going down on that. So,
then you're going to have that whole week between the 53-man roster, and then you get that whole weekend with no football because it's not the first. It's the second week of September. It starts. It doesn't start the first week.
Right.
It's going to be a long week. Dylan Jordan Davis super chat. He goes, Barnett will fight the equipment guy if they try to take 96 from him. Oh, Barnett. Just wish he could get a sack. You know what I mean?
God, I remember that stream. I remember I was streaming. You came on that day, and right at that moment, they signed a 2-year deal.
Oh my gosh! Remember that?
You were so fucking
down. I was so happy because I thought he was gone, and then it was like, nah, you're kidding. That's got to be a joke. Joe says, shout out to the great host Philly and Joey, and say a prayer for Maui. Oh yeah, definitely say a prayer.
Yeah,
crazy stuff going on there, no doubt about it. But yeah, guys, I guess that's it. I want to thank everybody for being here. If you're new, hit the like, make sure you subscribe. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. And yeah, we'll be back next week, next Thursday night, I guess, after the final game, and then Saturday, and then Tuesday for the 53-man roster. So we're going to be pretty busy, no doubt about it.
Definitely.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to let you guys go. I hope you all have a great night. Take care. We will talk to you later. And of course, as always, let the Cowboys take us out.
Peace.
We had one. Yo, you gotta be motherfucking kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. We have no time for one more play.
Look at this motherfucker
running from
up.
What are you doing? on third down. What was that bullshit?
That is not right.
Kellen Moore, he's got to be better, man. Oh, that's some bullshit. What was that? We had enough time for one more play. We had an opportunity to win that game at the end. But the referee screwed us. The brother screwed us. I'm upset, but the brother screwed us.
At least they fought back and tried.
Only Cowboys games.
Yeah, you literally.
The brother screwed us. The brother screwed us.